Everyone, welcome back to Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where today I want to discuss the mass eviction crisis that's looming. Now, before I get into the video, please hit the thumbs up button, also subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos on this channel. And you already know, if you're watching from Instagram, show your girl some love, drop me a heart. Okay, now on a serious note, because of this whole corona pandemic and lockdowns, massive job loss that has occurred, and we're still seeing those numbers kind of rolling up, down, but it's not looking good for a lot of folks, unfortunately. So we have been faced with evictions. Now, the evictions as a part of the CARES Act were halted back in March. Okay, well, now fast forward, we are in July, and July 25th, to be exact, is when that date is supposed to end. So a lot of folks are really facing some panic here, beyond trying to stay safe, maybe look for work, or they're still on unemployment, worrying about that. They're now being faced with potential eviction. So there have been some things put in place, or they're trying to put some things into place. However, things are still kind of up in the air, and as of the date of this video, nothing has been ironclad. Now, again, the eviction relief is supposed to end on the 25th of this month. Okay. Now, the House of Representatives, they did pass a bill to allocate $100 million towards renters to catch up with any kind of back rent or so forth. However, that bill still has to pass Senate, and it's kind of looking a little shaky. Now, for some states like California and Florida, they have extended the eviction protections. New York has absolutely banned evictions for COVID-related non-payment of rent. So on a local level here, I know that there is a agency called Bethany Ministries. They are offering a eviction prevention aid and so forth, which I will link that information in the description box for anyone who is local here in the Lehigh Valley who may be faced with eviction coming up that can utilize that service. Also, the video that I did last week that is for PA homeowners and renters, you can check that out too through PHFA. They also have a program where funds from the CARE Act are being allocated towards rental assistance. Now, a couple of other things here. With this CARES Act, evictions were only to be halted or suspended for those who live in rental units that are through like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, like the financing. If your landlord owns the property outright, you unfortunately don't have these protections, but hopefully the landlord will at least be somewhat understanding of what's going on, that we are in a pandemic and we're still digging ourselves out of this. Unfortunately, some states are actually going back into lockdown mode because of heightened cases. So you really have to keep the lines of communication open if you're a tenant, communicating with your landlord and so forth, keeping he or she in the know of where you're at. And landlord, same thing, understanding, keeping in contact with your tenants, understanding that, money is not the same as it was months before the pandemic. Okay, so back to this. Now, what they're saying is that the landlords cannot come to you before the 25th, or they cannot start the eviction process, a part of this CARES Act. They cannot start the eviction process prior to the 25th. Now, as of the 25th of this month, they can start that eviction process, or they can request the tenant to vacate, correction there. As of the 25th of this month, they can ask the tenant to vacate. As of August 24th, they can go and file for eviction. That, again, is a part of this CARES Act. Now, also, if you live in a multifamily dwelling of 5 or more units, like an apartment building, you may want to check out a tool on the National Low Income Housing Association through them, and they can tell you if your property qualifies or it falls under the CARES Act where you have this protection. All right, now some other online services, which I will link those in the description box as well. One is justshelter.org, and they coordinate tenants with local agencies to see what kind of help that they can, provide the local agencies as far as eviction relief and assistance. And also an app that I kind of looked around at is called donotpay.com. And they help with a plethora of things, but in more recent times with the coronavirus and so forth, they have stepped up their game and actually offered to basically look to see what kind of laws and ordinances may apply to your locality, and how that can be of assistance to you in avoiding eviction. So you may want to check that out. There is a fee for that app. I believe it's $3 a month from what I saw, but they offer other services too. So you want to check that out. And also nolo.com. They are a legal website to reference for any kind of eviction questions that you may have. So there's definitely some things out there that they are kind of putting in place with some of this CARES Act money to help those who really need the help. And, it's just a matter of taking some time, stepping away from Tiger King for a bit and taking a look to see what may be of benefit to you. I know facing eviction is definitely not an easy thing to go through. However, if you can spare yourself, your family, whoever it may be, from that process and take a little bit of time and do some research, see if you qualify for some of these programs, then it may be worth your while and you may save yourself some headache and heartache from having to be evicted. Well, if I find anything else out about some of these programs, I will certainly keep you all posted. Until next time, have a blessed day.